Hey, what's going on, people? Welcome to the Gun Shop. Now we're going to be talking about Anonymous, the collective group, the unknown collective group, basically around the world of computer-savvy individuals, hackers, people that just know computer infrastructure and the internet, etc. And they more or less, although they're, fractured, then there's no clear division in there, no management, they more or less decide to stand together and attack or make statements, political statements, or against corporations or whatever that they feel are doing the general public wrong. Now, I don't always support what they do. Sometimes I can. Like a few weeks ago or a couple of weeks ago, they attacked and brought down a child pornography online ring. Great. You know what I mean? Something like that, I'm fully behind. Then we switched later to when they actually were attacking Fox News for what they deemed to be biased coverage of the, Occupy Wall Street movement, Occupy Oakland movement, and they didn't like what the message was that Fox. And I'm not saying that my opinion was that I couldn't back them. I didn't think it was right, and I know a lot of you were like, oh, Fox is bad. Neither here nor there. You have your opinion, I had mine. I didn't back it. Anyway, we move on to a new topic. And at first I was like, yes, again, you're back onto something that I can fully defend, you know what I mean? And I'm going to tell you why I switched after, and it's not because I'm wagging my finger at Anonymous, it's more out of concern. So Anonymous has decided, apparently, or allegedly anyway, one of their own. So one of the group, and it's hard to know since they don't really know who's all in the group. So it must have been someone fairly high up for them to substantiate doing this attack, or planned attack. And that is the Mexican cartel. You know, the drug people in Mexico, responsible for thousands of murders and beheadings and crazy things. All of us know what's going on there. I mean, as far as like vacations go, you do not go to Mexico anymore. Not right now. It is absolutely incredibly dangerous for anyone. It's dangerous for their own people, let alone for anyone visiting there as a tourist. But anyway, allegedly one of their own has been kidnapped. And so they stood together and they made a statement saying, you are going to release him, or we're going to expose everything to do with the cartel. You know, all your brothels, all the people high up in power that are taking bribes and everything like that. And quite frankly, I do feel like they can. I mean, everyone relies to a certain degree, even if it's a drug cartel, there's a certain, I'd say paper trail, but it's not really paper, a digital trail. People store things on computers. People know, and there's accounts receivable, and there's all sorts of traces all over the place. So if someone's going to be able to crack the system, expose lists of names digitally, anything, about the cartel, it would be Anonymous, and I fully agree with that. And I was like, yes, you know what, bring down that. Now that's a big thing. You're attacking someone that actually, or a group rather, that actually causes a tremendous amount of harm to human beings. Now, it was at that point there, and as I was reading this article further, which of course the link is in the description if you want to read it, as I was reading the article further, and the law enforcement's like, hey, don't get involved, blah, blah, blah. Typical thing, no, we thank you, but we got it under control. But there was a statement in there saying, you know what? You're putting your lives at risk here. We know what you're doing, and believe me, Anonymous is capable of doing this. But if Anonymous does it, think about this. For the very few times, and who knows how often it happens, there are cases of Anonymous members or LulzSec or any one of these hacktivism or hacktivist groups that do get caught by law enforcement. But think about it this way. If the law enforcement can do it, and they're shrouded in bureaucracy. I mean, they've got to do checkpoint after checkpoint. Cartel has no such checkpoints. They decide to do something, they don't have to ask someone to do it. They just do it. That's the whole nature, and that's the fear there. I mean, they are damn powerful. And what happens if these people with the same resources, access, I mean, remember, these people bribe government officials. They have access to Interpol, the police. There are people in high up places that are being paid off by the cartel. If they gain access and are somehow, after Anonymous exposes, I mean, this is no small threat. You expose all of these lines, part of the cartel, they will come after you. And this is where I'm like, Anonymous, I fully back you on what you're doing, but don't do it. Don't do this sort of thing because, and I'm saying this particular to the younger ones out there, if you are part of Anonymous, this is very dangerous. I'm not shitting around, I'm not talking about this, trying to make it all hyped up or anything. This is incredibly dangerous, and you put you and your family's lives at risk. I understand that, an individual has been kidnapped, and this is one of the cases, if it truly has, what you're saying allegedly, is true. Let the law enforcement do what they can. What you're trying to do, and I understand, and I want to back you up so badly, but I don't like the fact that I know anonymous members, there's a lot of young kids in there, and while you think you're doing the right thing, you're also putting yourself at great risk, a great personal risk. If the cartel finds out where you are, even one or two, what do you think they're going to do? Do you think for 1 second that they're going to make an example out of you or scare you? They behead people. They mass burials. I mean, they've killed thousands of people. They will, and if you expose the entire thing as part of it, you're done. If they find whoever it is, it may not be you, maybe thousands, but the result is not going to be pretty if they find it. This is a huge problem. I'd love to be able to back you up. If there was some way I knew 100% that none of you would ever get caught, then I say screw it. Expose them, blow them up, get rid of this cartel, show every dirty little piece of scumbag in government and wherever else that's cohorting with these thugs, because they are truly evil drug lords cartel in Mexico. But I can't do that, and you know it's not 100%. There are trickles of leaks. And that's how even FBI, Scotland Yard are able to find one or two of your members. The difference here is that the one or two of members that they find will be massacred, tortured, killed. Guaranteed 100%. It is not, please just don't do it, or at least think about it. Like, think about what you're doing here. Make sure this is a carefully orchestrated attack. And there is no way that they can get back to you. Because that is some scary shit. Anyway, that's it. That's the story here. It's this split on Anonymous. You know what I mean? Like, I want to support them at the same time. I have genuine fear for the young members. Not even the young members. Any member of it. You know what I mean? Be very careful what you're doing here. This is not a corporation that follows rules. These are killers. And they will, if they find you, things are not going to end well for you. Anyway, that's it. I'm Guns for Hire. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. You can also follow me on Twitter. I do give updates daily. Let you know what's going on. Funny things, sad things, whatever. Just real life things. And I like to communicate with you guys. Don't forget to rate the video as well. And that's about it. Have yourself a wonderful day. Peace.
Didn't you like this video? If you did, check out a couple of these here on the left on NGT Games. Spider by Me Wagon and myself are finishing up playthrough 1 on Borderlands, a co-op campaign. We're about to head over to the second playthrough, so be sure to keep an eye out for that. And on the right, on NGT Zombies, Spider by Me Wagon and myself are playing a little Kino Dare Totem for a change. And guess what? There's a new perk in town. It's called Mule Kick, so be sure to check that out on NGT Zombies. Be sure to click the corresponding thumbnails, watch the videos, and be sure to subscribe to NGT Games and NGT Zombies for more videos.